The massive screens in Earth's global defense chamber suddenly went dark, plunging the room into an eerie silence. General Sarah Chen stood motionless, her weathered hands gripping the command podium as static crackled across the displays. The assembled military and civilian leaders from around the world held their breath, knowing that this was no technical malfunction. The Dominion had finally come. The screens blazed back to life with a burst of otherworldly light, revealing a being that seemed to defy the laws of physics. The alien's form shifted like liquid mercury, its surface reflecting countless stars. When it spoke, its voice resonated with harmonics that made the very air vibrate. "People of Earth," the being announced, "I am Overseer Angstera of the Dominion Collective. Your world has been selected for integration into our empire. Your resources, your technology, and your people will serve a greater purpose under our guidance. Resist, and we will reduce your civilization to ash." General Chen allowed herself a subtle smile, one that went unnoticed by the alien diplomat. For 30 years, she had served as the director of Project Prometheus, humanity's best-kept secret. While the world's governments publicly focused on petty squabbles and limited space exploration, underground facilities across the globe had been reverse engineering alien technology from crashed scout ships. "Overseer," Chen responded, her voice steady and diplomatic, "Earth is honored by your attention. However, such a momentous decision requires careful consideration. We request 48 hours to prepare our response." The mercury-like being seemed to pulse with amusement. "You have 24. Choose wisely." The transmission cut off abruptly. As soon as the screens went dark, Chen activated her neural implant, technology that the Dominion didn't know humans possessed. "Execute Protocol Omega. Authorization Chen 709. Across the solar system, hidden facilities hummed to life. Beneath the ice of Europa, quantum computers began breaking Dominion encryption codes. In the clouds of Venus, cloaked factories accelerated production of advanced weaponry. And in the asteroid belt, thousands of stealth ships powered up their engines, their hulls coated with metamaterials that made them invisible to even the most advanced alien sensors. Dr. Marcus Zhang, Earth's leading genotechnologist, appeared on Chen's secure channel. "General, the Dominion's transmission contained exactly what we needed. Their communication protocols are now an open book to us. They're positioning a fleet just beyond Mars' orbit, exactly where we predicted they would." Chen nodded, remembering the day 30 years ago when she had found the first crashed alien scout ship in the Gobi Desert. That discovery had changed everything. Humanity had learned they weren't alone, and more importantly, they had learned they were hopelessly outgunned. But instead of despairing, they had done what humans did best: adapt, innovate, and prepare. "Begin Phase 2, Chen ordered, "and contact Dr. Amaret in the quantum labs. It's time to show the Dominion why they should have studied human history more carefully." In the depths of the quantum research facility beneath the Antarctic ice, Dr. Kalia Amara stood before a device that defied conventional physics. The quantum field manipulator was humanity's greatest achievement, technology that even the Dominion hadn't mastered. They thought quantum mechanics was merely useful for communication and computing. Humans had learned to weaponize it. As the 24-hour deadline approached, Earth appeared to be a planet in chaos. News networks broadcast scenes of panic. Governments issued conflicting statements, and military forces seemed to be in disarray. The Dominion observers watched with satisfaction, seeing exactly what they expected: a primitive species crumbling under pressure. They didn't see the quantum fields being woven through the solar system like an invisible web. They didn't detect the thousands of ships moving into position, and they certainly didn't notice the subtle changes in their own systems as human-designed AI programs slipped through their quantum communications network. In her command center, General Chen received the final confirmations. Every piece was in place. Every trap was set. Every soldier and civilian knew their role in what was to come. She opened a channel to all Earth's hidden forces and spoke the words they had trained decades to hear. The Phoenix rises at dawn. As the Dominion's deadline approached, they prepared to receive Earth's surrender. Instead, they were about to learn a lesson that countless others throughout human history had learned too late. Never corner a species that had spent its entire existence learning to fight against impossible odds. The warning had been delivered, but it wasn't Earth that needed to be worried. All quantum signatures masked, all stealth systems operational. Captain Maya Rodriguez reported from her command chair aboard the EDS Hyperion, Earth's most advanced warship hidden in the shadows of Saturn's rings. The vessel, like thousands of others, had never appeared on any official record. The bridge crew worked in focused silence, their neural implants allowing them to communicate and coordinate without speaking. Through their enhanced senses, they could feel the massive Dominion fleet approaching Mars orbit, 50 capital ships that believed they were about to subjugate a helpless planet. Below the surface of Mars, in facilities unknown even to most of Earth's leadership, Dr. Marcus Zhang supervised the final preparations of Project Helios. Rows of quantum-locked containers held humanity's ultimate surprise, engineered microorganisms that could survive in space and eat through Dominion ship hulls like acid through paper. Containment field stable, his assistant reported. The phages are ready for deployment. Zhang nodded, remembering the breakthrough that had made this possible. While studying the wreckage of alien ships, his team had discovered that all Dominion vessels used the same basic molecular structure in their hull design. It had taken 15 years, but they had finally developed a countermeasure that would prove devastating. In lunar orbit, Commander Diana Patel observed the massive quantum energy web taking shape through her enhanced vision. Each intersection point in the web represented a node where Dr. Amara's quantum field manipulators could disrupt Dominion technology. The aliens believed they were masters of quantum mechanics, but they had never imagined using quantum fields as weapons. Field integrity at 98% and rising, Patel reported to General Chen. The Dominion ships will be trapped the moment they enter the web. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, in a facility known only as the Forge, production of the Phoenix-class combat drones reached its final stage. These machines represented the perfect fusion of stolen alien technology and human innovation. Each drone contained a quantum AI core that could outthink Dominion combat computers while being completely immune to their electronic warfare. General Chen stood in Earth's primary command center, now relocated to a bunker beneath the Himalayas. Holographic displays showed her everything: the approaching Dominion fleet, Earth's hidden forces, and the quantum web stretching across the solar system. 30 years of preparation were about to be put to the test. "Status report from all commands," she ordered. The responses came in rapid succession. Lunar Defense Force ready. Mars strike teams in position. Jupiter station facilities activated. Quantum web at full power. Fleet squadrons reporting combat ready. Helios deployment systems online. Surface defense grids charged and cloaked. Chen allowed herself a moment to appreciate the magnitude of what humanity had achieved in secret. While the world's population went about their daily lives, millions had worked in the shadows to prepare for this moment. Every crashed alien ship had been a gift. Every piece of recovered technology, a puzzle to solve. The Dominion's massive ships began their final approach to Earth, their sensors showing exactly what humans wanted them to see: a planet in disarray, its militaries scattered and its governments in chaos. Their scans detected only primitive weapons and defensive systems, exactly as expected. Dr. Amara's voice came through on a secure quantum channel. "General, we've completed final calibration of the quantum field manipulators. The moment they enter the web, their quantum systems will experience complete cascade failure. They won't be able to communicate, target, or even maintain their shield harmonics." "Excellent," Chen responded. "Remind all commands. No one moves until they're fully committed. Let them think they've won until the very last moment." In orbit, civilian satellites continued their normal operations, giving no indication that they could transform into weapon platforms in seconds. On the surface, military bases appeared to be preparing for surrender, their real weapons hidden beneath quantum camouflage fields. The Dominion fleet entered Mars orbit, their formation spreading out to surround Earth. Their sensors showed no signs of the thousands of stealth ships hiding throughout the solar system, no indication of the quantum web about to trap them, and no warning of the engineered phages waiting to be released. Captain Rodriguez watched through the Hyperion's quantum sensors as the alien ships moved into position. Every crew member in Earth's hidden fleet felt the same mixture of anticipation and grim satisfaction. The Dominion thought they were dealing with primitives who would bow before superior technology. Instead, they were about to face a species that had spent 3 decades preparing for this exact moment. All ships maintain position. General Chen's voice echoed through the quantum network. Let them make their final approach. Let them think they've won. And then, she paused, allowing herself a small smile. We'll show them why humanity has survived everything our own world has thrown at us. The trap was set. The weapons were primed. 30 years of silent preparation were about to pay off, and the Dominion was about to learn why you should never underestimate a species that had perfected the art of war through millennia of fighting itself. The countdown to humanity's revenge had begun. The Dominion flagship, Eternal Dominance, dropped out of faster-than-light travel at the head of their invasion fleet. Supreme Commander Vexthor stood on his command deck, his crystalline form pulsing with anticipated victory. The scans showed Earth's primitive defenses, exactly as expected. What his sensors couldn't detect was that they had just entered the most sophisticated trap in human military history. Send the final warning, Vexthor commanded. Let these humans witness true power before they submit. The transmission never left his ship. In her Antarctic command center, Dr. Amara pressed her hand against the quantum field controller, activating primary web nodes. Now, across the solar system, thousands of quantum field manipulators activated simultaneously. The invisible web of quantum energy suddenly became a cage, and the Dominion fleet found itself caught like insects in a spider's web. On the bridge of the Eternal Dominance, chaos erupted. My lord, we've lost quantum communications, an officer reported, panic evident in their harmonic voice. Shield harmonics are fluctuating. Weapon systems are not responding. Vexthor's crystalline form flickered with rage. Impossible. These primitives cannot. His words were cut short as every screen on his bridge suddenly displayed the same message. From Earth with love. General Chen's voice echoed through every Dominion ship, transmitted through their own compromised communication systems. You assumed we were primitives. You thought we would surrender. That was your first mistake. The stealth field protecting Earth's hidden fleet dropped, revealing thousands of ships emerging from their hiding places throughout the solar system. The Hyperion led the charge, its quantum-enhanced weapons already locked on target. All ships, execute attack pattern Phoenix, Captain Rodriguez commanded. The human fleet moved with devastating precision, each vessel following battle plans rehearsed countless times over the years. From Mars, Dr. Zhang activated the Helios deployment systems. Clouds of engineered phages burst forth, seeking out the molecular structure of Dominion ship hulls. Where they touched, the supposedly indestructible alien metal began to dissolve. Commander Patel's lunar forces launched next, quantum-tipped missiles designed specifically to exploit weaknesses in Dominion shield technology. The aliens had never imagined that humans could have developed weapons that operated on quantum principles they thought they alone understood. Impossible. Vexthor raged as reports of catastrophic damage flooded in from his fleet. Their technology, they cannot have this level of advancement. The Phoenix drones swarmed from their hidden bases, their quantum AI cores allowing them to predict and counter every Dominion combat maneuver before it happened. Earth's ships struck from all angles, their weapons bypassing alien shields as if they weren't there. In the Himalayas, General Chen watched the battle unfold with grim satisfaction. Launch Phase 2, she ordered. Earth's surface defenses revealed themselves. What had appeared to be ordinary satellites transformed into weapon platforms. Hidden missile silos opened in mountains and under oceans. The planet itself seemed to come alive with defensive systems the Dominion had never detected. The alien fleet tried to regroup to mount some kind of defense, but they were trapped in the quantum web, their every attempt to coordinate blocked by human countermeasures. Their mighty ships, terror of 1,000 worlds, found themselves being systematically torn apart by weapons they hadn't known could exist. "Send the surrender signal," Vex Thor commanded, his crystalline form cracking with stress. "We must." The bridge of the eternal dominance shattered as a quantum-tipped missile from the Hyperion struck home. The mighty flagship, pride of the Dominion fleet, broke apart in a spectacular explosion that lit up Earth's sky like a second sun. Throughout the solar system, the battle, if it could even be called that, continued. Human forces moved with ruthless efficiency, executing battle plans decades in the making. The Dominion fleet, trapped and helpless, could only watch as their ships were systematically destroyed or disabled. Dr. Amara's quantum web prevented any escape attempts. The engineered phages ate through hull plating. The Phoenix drones hunted down any ships trying to hide. It wasn't just a victory. It was an absolute demonstration of technological superiority. As the last Dominion ship fell silent, General Chen opened a channel to the survivors. "Let this be a lesson," she broadcast. "Humanity is not to be underestimated. We will not be harvested, enslaved, or subjugated." And now, she paused, allowing her words to sink in. "You're going to help us send a message to the rest of the Dominion." The battle was over. In less than an hour, Earth had not just defeated but utterly humiliated one of the most powerful fleets in the galaxy. But this was just the beginning. The survivors would carry word back to their masters. Humanity was not prey. Humanity was not weak. Humanity was coming. In the aftermath of the battle, the captured Dominion ships hung in Earth's orbit like broken toys. But in a secret facility deep beneath the Australian outback, humanity's greatest weapon was about to be revealed. Dr. Amara stood before the assembled Earth Defense Council, her quantum interface implant glowing softly against her temple. "What we demonstrated today was just the beginning," she announced, gesturing to the massive quantum reactor behind her. Project Prometheus wasn't just about defending Earth. It was about changing the fundamental rules of the game. The reactor pulsed with an otherworldly light, quantum fields visibly bending reality around it. For 20 years, Amara and her team had worked to unlock the true potential of quantum manipulation, something the Dominion had never even theorized was possible. General Chen watched as Amara activated the main display, showing the quantum signatures of captured Dominion crew members. "As we suspected, their entire civilization is built on a fundamental misunderstanding of quantum mechanics. They use quantum fields for communication and computing, but they never realize what happens when you alter the quantum substrate itself." In the holding cells, the captured Dominion officers watched in horror as human scientists demonstrated complete mastery over quantum fields. Their own technology, which they had thought supreme, was being manipulated like children's toys. Captain Rodriguez, now aboard the captured Dominion flagship, accessed their database through her neural implant. "Their entire empire is built on controlling quantum communications," she reported. "They maintain power by restricting quantum technology access to their subject species, but they never imagined someone could break their monopoly." Dr. Zhang's voice came through the quantum network, excited despite his usual calm demeanor. "The genetic analysis of their crew confirms it. The Dominion's supposed biological superiority is artificial, quantum field manipulation encoded into their very DNA. But our new technology can disrupt that." In orbit, Commander Patel supervised the integration of captured Dominion tech with Earth's quantum systems. The alien ships, designed to be operated only by Dominion crews, now responded to human commands. "We're not just taking their toys," she reported. "We're learning to make them better." The implications were staggering. Humanity hadn't just developed countermeasures to Dominion technology, they had fundamentally surpassed it. The quantum field manipulators that had trapped the invasion fleet were just the surface of what was possible. "Show them," General Chen ordered. Dr. Amara activated the quantum reactor's main sequence. The air itself seemed to ripple as quantum fields bent to human will. In the holding cells, the Dominion officers felt their natural abilities, their supposed genetic superiority, simply vanish. "Your entire empire," Amara explained to the shocked aliens, "is built on controlling quantum field access. But we humans learn to see quantum fields differently. We don't just use them, we reshape them. And now," she smiled, "we can shut them off." The demonstration sent shockwaves through the captured Dominion crew. Their civilization had maintained control through technological superiority for millennia. Now, in the span of a few decades, humans had not only matched their technology, but found ways to fundamentally alter how it worked. Reports began flooding in from the quantum network. Analysis of Dominion databases revealed the locations of their major fleet bases, their communication hubs, their leadership centers. But more importantly, they revealed the locations of dozens of subjugated species who had suffered under Dominion rule. "Send the message," General Chen ordered, "to every enslaved world, every oppressed species. Show them what we've discovered, what we can do. Show them that the Dominion's power was always built on lies." Through captured quantum channels, humanity broadcast the truth throughout the galaxy. The Dominion's technological superiority was a myth. Their genetic supremacy was an illusion. And now humanity had the power to prove it. In the holding cells, the Dominion officers watched their empire's secrets being exposed to the galaxy. One of them, his crystalline form dulled with despair, asked the question they were all thinking: "What are you going to do with us?" General Chen's response was simple: "We're going to do what humans have always done when faced with tyranny. We're going to tear down your empire, free those you've enslaved, and build something better in its place." The hidden card had been played. Humanity's greatest secret wasn't just their military preparation or technological advancement. It was their fundamental understanding of quantum reality itself. The galaxy was about to change, and Earth would lead that change. The age of Dominion supremacy was over. The age of human quantum mastery had begun. The news spread across the galaxy like wildfire. On thousands of worlds, subjugated species watched in awe as humanity's message played on every quantum frequency. The Dominion's invincible fleets hung broken in Earth's orbit. Their supposedly superior technology had been dismantled by human innovation. Their genetic supremacy had been exposed as an artificial construct. Hope, long suppressed, began to awaken. In the 3 months since Earth's victory, everything had changed. General Chen now stood before the newly formed Galactic Liberation Council, an alliance of representatives from formerly enslaved species. The quantum network, once a tool of Dominion control, now carried messages of freedom across the stars. The Dominion maintained power through fear and technological superiority. Chen addressed the assembled delegates. "We broke that power not just through force, but by understanding what they never could, that true advancement comes from cooperation, not domination." Dr. Amara's quantum field technology had spread rapidly, provided freely to any species willing to join the new alliance. Worlds that had been technologically suppressed for millennia were now developing their own quantum innovations, guided by human expertise, but free to explore their own paths. Captain Rodriguez, commanding a joint fleet of human and liberated alien ships, reported from the front lines of the revolution. "The remaining Dominion forces are in full retreat. Without their quantum advantage, their entire military structure is collapsing. More importantly, their subject worlds are rising up." The Hyperion led a new kind of fleet, one crewed by multiple species working together. Former Dominion slave soldiers fought alongside humans, their combined knowledge creating military strategies that the Dominion could never have imagined. Dr. Zhang's biological research had yielded another breakthrough. "We can now safely remove the quantum field manipulations from Dominion DNA," he announced to the Council. Their supposed biological supremacy was always artificial. Without it, they're no different from any other species. Commander Patel, coordinating from the new Joint Defense Headquarters on Luna, watched as the galactic map transformed. Dominion territory shrank daily as more worlds declared independence. But unlike previous empires, Earth didn't seek to replace the Dominion's control with its own. "We remember our own history," Chen explained to the Council. "We remember countless empires that rose and fell on Earth. We learned that true strength comes not from domination, but from unity and diversity." The quantum network, once a chains of control, became a web of cooperation. Species that had been isolated from each other under Dominion rule now shared knowledge, culture, and technology freely. Human quantum innovations merged with alien technologies, creating advances that neither could have achieved alone. In the former Dominion capital, now transformed into the headquarters of the Galactic Liberation Council, representatives from hundreds of species worked together to build a new future. The Dominion's rigid hierarchy was replaced by a system of mutual cooperation and respect. Dr. Amara stood in her quantum research facility, now staffed by scientists from dozens of species. The Dominion thought they understood quantum reality, she said to her diverse team. But they never grasped its most fundamental aspect. Everything in the universe is connected. No species can truly advance alone. The last Dominion holdouts watched in disbelief as their former subjects not only gained independence, but surpassed their former masters technologically. The quantum field manipulation that had been their source of power became common knowledge, studied and improved upon by thousands of brilliant minds working together. General Chen made one final address to the Council. Earth's victory wasn't just about military strength or technological superiority. It was about showing the galaxy a better way. We humans learned through millennia of conflict that true power comes from unity, not division. True strength comes from diversity, not uniformity. As the galactic order transformed, Earth became not a new empire, but a symbol of possibility. The species that had been dismissed as primitives had not only defeated the Dominion, but had shown the galaxy a new path forward. The age of quantum enlightenment had begun, and it belonged not to any one species, but to all who were willing to work together. The galaxy would never be the same, and that was exactly what humanity had hoped for. In the end, Earth's greatest victory wasn't defeating the Dominion. It was showing the galaxy that cooperation was stronger than conquest, that unity was more powerful than uniformity, and that the future belonged to those who were willing to share it. The paradigm hadn't just shifted, it had been transformed, and the galaxy was finally free.